it is just my arm. Like it's not, like you can see this arm is just like, this one's just flat. I'm not, who cares? Yes, that looks alright. Sorry about what I'm wearing. I'm just whacked the camera up and thought, who cares if I'm wearing a vest? So this is just a little progress video. Long story short, I'm going to try to add some links for the 2 videos I've just made, but this is now purely post-surgery scaphoid fracture recovery video. And also for me personally, I've seen a little bit of progression since I've taken the cast off, so I want to keep up to date with these videos so I can look back on and kind of see my progress. Right now I've been writing down every day on a bit of paper kind of what I've been able to do or where my limit is, and every day there's a slight improvement, which is quite cool. But yeah, literally 4 weeks ago I had surgery on my scaphoid. It's a scaphoid. I had surgery on my scaphoid to put a screw in, and I had a few pins put into my wrist. I'm not going to go into details because the last video I did was the story. But so I had my cast taken off about 4 days ago. Tomorrow I am going to see a physio because I have an NHS physio, which is a bit slow, and then I've decided to go private, and got recommended a good physio, and they're going to put me on a little bit more of an intense course. So I'm going to try to keep up to date with that. I'm not going to show you what exercises I'm doing because no one cares. What's the point? It's just I want to show you where I am. So since when I had my cast taken off in the previous video, you'll kind of see, but things have improved massively. So I think for myself, I'm going to use a few things as a gauge of my progression to where I want to be. So one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to get back to doing yoga. So flexibility is the most important thing for me. Another thing is weight training or strength training. So grip strength, or the strength I can use, or the strength I have in my hand is the second most important thing, along with flexibility. And then other than that, it's just general pain management. So I'm just going to freestyle this off the top of my dome, but I'm going to pick a few little things that stick out in my head that I'm going to try to keep up on top of regular assessments in with myself to see where my progress is going. So the first thing is my fingers. When my cast came off, my fingers were super stiff. They still are super stiff, and I don't have much grip strength, but I'm going to use my thumb and my pinky as a gauge. So like with the uninjured arm, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. So when it comes to like making circles, I can connect my thumb and my pinky and keep my fingers quite free. With this hand, every day it's getting better. So when my cast came off, it was like impossible to put my thumb to my pinky. Now I can. You can see that's a struggle, and these fingers I can't really wiggle them about, and I've just got this stiffness all through this. So I'm going to use this as my first gauge, I think, of my recovery. Also, like, it is just my arm. Like it's not, like you can see this arm is just like, this one's just flat. I'm not, who cares? The second thing I think I'm going to use is my rotation. So when it comes to my palms, like this arm I can rotate, this arm that's all I can do, and like here just feels like it's gonna rip out, and it's just I can't twist it anymore. And when I'm doing things around the house, it's like all of this is bending in to overcompensate. So I think that's my first gauge. That rotation will be my second. And the other, what else? Also, the movement like that in my, you can hear that click in my wrist. This has got a little bit now. I'm super happy with that. Every day it feels less tight, but so this is me. That's me trying as much as I can to get that down. And there's no pain in it at all. It just doesn't want to do it. I just don't know why. And it like here it feels tight, but the rest of it is like it should be doing it. But I think it's this muscle, and the bone and the stiffness, or something to do with my mind. But like it's just not working. It's not communicating with each other. And as I say, in back as well, you can see like this muscle works when you pull it back. This, it's just nothing. And so going forwards, I can down with that wrist, but backwards, that's all I can do. So that's my third gauge, I think, is how much I can do with that. The fourth thing is kind of sideways movement. So with this, obviously, you've got movement. With my wrist here, yeah, we got a bit, but it's super hard. Yeah, and again, it's not like any pain. Like none of that is painful. It's just like it doesn't want to do it. So that's my other gauge. So far when it comes to pain, like day-to-day pain, I really haven't. Like the first days it kind of hurt, but now it's like there's no real pain. It's just the ability to move it. And then my other gauges as well are going to be like kind of grip strength and stuff like that. But I think for now, I won't go into detail with strength. I think that's going to come further down the line. I think right now is kind of mobility. So first gauge is O's, stiff, twisting my arms round. I don't know what that's called. And then I guess just the flexibility of that wrist, and then see, that's not too bad. And that's it. So this is kind of week, let's say week 1 of post recovery. This is just before being put on a physiotherapy routine. And this is just me doing a few exercises. I'm not going to go into depth of what exercises I've been doing, but this is kind of where I am a week on after taking my cast off, and this is 4.5 weeks since having surgery on my scaphoid and my wrist. So that's where I'm at. And I'll be uploading more videos of the progression with it. If just for me, this is quite simple and quite basic. If there's some interest with it, I might post some videos going into a little bit more into detail with what I'm doing with exercise and stuff. But like, I'm sure people don't really care too much. So that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, and we'll see how we go. The surgeons told me as well to kind of get back to doing normal stuff, so I'm going to try to get back to work as well. I'm a hairdresser, so I'm going to try to get back to work in just a little over a week. Yeah, I think a week and a half. I'll try to get back to work part-time. Again, it's all dependent on what the physio thinks I'm capable of. But what I've been told by the surgeon and my NHS physio is that a lot of it is getting back to normal and mind over matter. Yeah, that's it. Peace, love, happiness. Bang! Yeah, boy.